At shooting guard, Dante DiVincenzo. At power forward, Josh Hart. At the other forward position, O.G. Anunoby. At the other guard position, Jalen Brunson. Head coach of the visiting team, Tom Thibodeau. Let's make the start on that for you, Utah Jazz. At power forward, at 6'9", number 0, Caleb Hendricks. Starting at point guard, 6'4", number 3, Keontae George. At center, at 6'9", number 20, John Collins. Starting at the other guard, at 6'3", number 2, Colin Sexton. At the other forward position, at 7, wearing number 23, Lauri Markkanen. The head coach of your home team. Once again, the starters for our Utah Jazz.
It's Thursday afternoon, and we've got basketball on the agenda. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Two slam dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our analysts tonight. Brian Anderson here. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. Josh Hart is out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. And for the Jazz, Colin Sexton out there with George. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's John Collins. And it's Hendricks in at the 4 slot. Facing off in this one, Brent, we've got two teams that embody team basketball.
Yeah, they preach ball movement, and you can see that by looking at their assist numbers. And when they're passing like they are, the game is much more fun and more involved for not just the players, but the fans.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Here's Brunson. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And sometimes the simplest play is the best one. DiVincenzo made it.
Pass to George. Collins with it. Here's Hendricks, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Josh Hart. Talking about the New York Knicks, Brent, a team that wants to be seen as a threat again.
Yeah, it feels like the New York Knicks are not going to be satisfied until they're playing in the Eastern Conference Finals or have a chance to win an NBA championship. So these steps are nice, but you're really teasing the New York Knicks fans until you have a chance at the title.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first. When it comes to the Utah Jazz, it's evident that they are in rebuild mode, Grant.
Yeah, you know, B.A., after trading away both Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in the summer of 22, the Jazz are focused on starting new and building a team with young talent.
Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. The last few seasons, the Knicks have had a defensive-minded approach.
And that's been the key for them getting back into the postseason, B.A. I mean, they play great team defense and pride themselves on getting stops.
Back to Brunson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Brunson's got his second basket.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
George passes to Collins. George against Brunson. Pass to Hendricks. The three. Called in by DiVincenzo. Outside Hart. Here's Brunson. Count it. All three of his attempts have gone in.
Oh, wow. Brunson just getting sideswiped there and some strength to get through it.
George scanning the floor. DiVincenzo with the steal. Right side, Anunoby. 4-3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Sexton finds Markkanen. From deep. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Brunson passes to Anunoby. Here's DiVincenzo. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
DiVincenzo has to be agile on the interior, and that time finds a way to get it done.
George passes to Collins. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Outside Brunson. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. You know, one guy who's surprisingly physical at the offensive end, Jalen Brunson.
Fundamentals, BA, around Jalen Brunson's footwork are things that players, young players today need to study. Incredibly efficient and very dangerous when he gets it going offensively.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, the lefty listed at 6'1", Jalen Brunson, is a bit of a different matchup. He's just so physical, and he can play on and off the ball. Dare I call it funky?
Both free throws good from Brunson.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Here's Collins. Blocked. He shoots again. Kicks it to George. There's the triple. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Brunson up top. George defending. And that one's good for Brunson. Brunson's got 10 points in the game.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
George against Brunson. George outside. Here's Markkanen. Goes up again. Oh, a nice shot by Collins. Collins has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's where John Collins sets up shop down in the paint, quick and athletic, able to corral the miss.
Here's DiVincenzo. Collins with the rebound.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Back to George. Pass to Hendricks. It's Markkanen on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Hendricks. Shot clock at 5. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
The more and more you play with your teammates, the more you're aware of where they are. And Lauri Markkanen does a great job there.
And the Knicks call time here.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Look on this, Jazz fans. It's your
A new lineup here for New York.
And that was your Utah Jazz youth DMC. Show some love once again.
And so it's New York with it. Here's McBride. And the Knicks miss again.
Because of his quick reactions, he was able to stay with the opponent and contest the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
For New York, they've gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. And Grant, despite the lack of a superstar offensive weapon, the Jazz, one of the more efficient offenses.
Yeah, B.A. In 2 areas where they separate themselves, they shoot a ton of threes, and they do a really good job tracking down those long rebounds on the offensive glass.
And the Jazz with possession here, following the bucket by the Knicks. Here's McBride, defended by Dunn. Burks passes to Bogdanovich. Back to Burks. Got a hand on it, and it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Utah trailing here. Now here's Dunn. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. From about 16, that shot off the mark.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Here's McBride, defended by Dunn. It's deflected. Pass to Kessler. On the wing, Clarkson. Fires the 3. That one is off. It's been all about Jalen Brunson for New York. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now, that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
Well, in the early goings, the mid-range shot has also been working well for them. They've been racking up some points off of those jumpers, and those are probably being invited.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 1. So on the floor for the Knicks, they've got Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Achua in at center. The Knicks shooting around 50% in the game so far. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
A new-look Jazz roster seemed primed for a rebuild, but they're winning games. Coach Will Hardy said, "I think it's amazing that this group has figured out a way to put personal agendas aside and go out and compete every night."
Well, he's been a big part of it, Ali. Thank you. Here's Kessler. The Knicks making their last shot. Pass to Hendricks. Outside for Sexton. Just 5 on the clock. And it's in. Off the glass.
Don't want to see athleticism wasted just on offense, as Sexton uses it that time to get an offensive board.
George against Brunson. No good from 11 feet. The Jazz have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Sexton looking around. Kessler up top. Achua defending. Kessler passes to Collins. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. The Jazz making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Hartenstein, he's checked in for New York. Well, the saying is defense wins championships. But in this day and age, don't you need both?
No question, B.A. You definitely do. I mean, we've seen plenty of great defenses flame out in the playoffs because they couldn't put up points. Defense alone isn't enough. You need a balance of both.
Now here's Markkanen. No points yet. Pass to George. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Takes a 3. He drops it from range. And the Jazz lead by 2.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
To the paint. Goes back up. And Hart puts it in. Hart's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, sometimes plays take extra effort. Usually it's Josh Hart who will be the one to make it.
Pass to Hendricks. George with it. And there's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 5 now.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Team foul. At the line for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Brunson. Horton Tucker, he's checked in for Utah. Both free throws good from Brunson. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. When the Knicks are good, Brent, it seems like they have that gritty, deep.
94 and 99, those finals for the New York Knicks. Kind of taking that in-your-face attitude and bringing it to the court to rough you up. Good recent Knicks teams have had that behind their coaching staff, and it's gotten them back in the right place.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. You know, when analyzing the game of Colin Sexton, this is a guy who can score from all 3 levels, Grant.
You know, this is what his team has asked him to do, to be aggressive on offense and to shoot the ball with confidence too, B.A.
Clarkson's checked in for Utah. Good on both.
And Sexton understands what's at stake for him, so the passion that he brings to the court on a nightly basis has to be there.
Now here's Brunson. 12 points for him. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Sexton. Pass to Collins. Now Clarkson. They get it back. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
To the middle. Stolen by Collins. Clarkson finds Sexton. Oh, there's the alley. Fast break, New York. Here's Brunson. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Brunson does this so much, just able to absorb the foul.
Dunn, he's checked in for Sexton. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Bojan Bogdanovic, he comes in for Hart. Burks, he's checked in for Anunoby. And it's McBride in for DiVincenzo. And that one drops, so now they lead by 1. Utah's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far.
In the first half.
Pass to Markkanen. Back to Clarkson. And they call an illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul called.
The Knicks have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Now Brunson. He's got 15. Here's Bogdanovic. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 3.
Well, sometimes it's like a patient that's struggling to breathe. You just got to keep the play alive, and Robinson able to do that there.
And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Both teams will make substitutions.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Dunn. No points so far. Releases. The Jazz again can't hit. The Knicks have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. And he's going for the lob. The lob. Very well done. And it's a 5-point New York lead.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there. Pass to Sensabaugh. Will it go? So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson.
Third team foul. At the line for Utah. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. The Knicks with the lead. Here's McBride. Yet to see a basket. There's the block. And here's Dunn. Pass to Clarkson. Kessler with it. Here's Sensabaugh. Defended by Bogdanovic. Now here's Clarkson. Here's the 3. The offensive rebound. Kessler. Achua with some nice D.
Gotta appreciate the aggressive defense he brings.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And they get it back. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Knicks lead by 5.
Well, he's a physical big, and Mitchell Robinson loves to finish like that.
4 seconds left. And it's Clarkson missing. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Knicks out in front. They lead by 5. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Coach Tom Thibodeau. And Tom, what's it going to take down the stretch to win this ball game?
I think just tough defense, take good shots, not turn the ball over, play smart.
Back to the basics. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. And guys, for the Knicks, Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
The bench scoring has been a big key for them. They came in with energy, and they were able to give the starters a real break because of the way they performed. That's the kind of production every team hopes to have from their second unit.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Well, it's as simple as their offense isn't working. The complicated part is figuring out exactly what's wrong. Was it the play calling, the execution? I think they need to dedicate themselves to running the offense more efficiently.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You look at Jalen Brunson. What a contribution.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. We've got Colin Sexton. He's out there with George. John Collins out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half.
When you get physical like that, I don't think Sexton minds it all that much, able to play through it.
Brunson passes to Hart. It's blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. The Jazz making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in.
Markkanen.
Brunson against George. 6 to shoot. Brunson passes to Hart. Gets the 3 to fall. Hart's got 7.
Hart just whipping it away quickly, not giving the defender time to close out.
Well, when Josh Hart gets going, his confidence skyrockets, Grant. That seems to be the key for him.
Well, his floor game is special regardless. I mean, the rebounding and defense are his bread and butter, B.A. And when he's hitting shots, he becomes the complete package on the wing.
Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo knocking down shots like this is going to help everybody get the space they need.
Sexton against DiVincenzo. Out to the right wing. It's George on the wing. And he lobs it up to the rim.
John Collins, 2.
90 seconds into the second half now. Brunson surveys. Pass to DiVincenzo. Right side Hart. Now Anunoby. 4 on the clock. Here's Hartenstein. And it's New York with another.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. You see that pay off.
Now here's George. He's got 5. Again, Utah. Brunson with it. Outside Anunoby. Back to Brunson. And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Something about the little guy willing to stick his nose in there. Brunson gets his team going with that kind of play.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Horton Tucker, he's checked in for Utah. And so he makes both from the line. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Now George. 7 points in the game. Pass to Hendricks. Now Horton Tucker. Shot clock at 6. Over Anunoby. Horton Tucker can't hit. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Brunson assertive on the take. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Jazz have gotten 3 or 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's Hendricks. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Achua's checked in for New York. McBride comes in for Brunson.
Hendricks.
New York has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Here's McBride. No made baskets yet. Nice shot by DiVincenzo. And the Knicks lead by 8.
Not letting the defense hold that shot back as Dante found a way to get it done.
And here's George. He has 7. Pass to Hendricks. Clock at 6. And here's Sexton. There's the 3. Tipped. DiVincenzo against Sexton. Achua passes to McBride. Outside Anunoby.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And he can't get that one. Collins with the defensive effort. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Back to George. Pass to Hendricks. Collins with it. Knocks it loose. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Here's McBride. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for New York.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Their attacking of the offensive glass has also been a success story. All game long, they've been committed to finding those second chance opportunities.
And Utah calls time here.
Oh my, their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Robinson, he's checked in for Hart, and Bogdanovich is subbed in for Anunoby. There's a minute 17 left in the third quarter. Here's Clarkson, who drains the 19-footer. Clarkson's got his first 2 points.
Rise and fire away. This is Clarkson's attitude as soon as he catches the rock.
Outside Robinson. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Clarkson. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He has 7. Bogdanovich finds DiVincenzo. And one guy who's instant offense when he's hot, Dante DiVincenzo.
If you can get it going offensively, there are nights where it takes a bit for that to happen because he's an opportunistic scorer, but he's got size out of the backcourt. He's a good athlete, a good shooter, and an even better defender.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one's off.
And for DiVincenzo coming into the league wanting to prove that he belongs, he's done more than that. It's about building his confidence now.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Markkanen's checked in. And he's good on the second. Here's Dunn. Still no points. 36 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Clarkson. And it's Utah scoring again.
Down for 2.
There's 31 seconds left in the third. Pass to McBride. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. McBride's got 4 points this quarter.
Dante DiVincenzo with a real nice team first play.
Clarkson outside. Three seconds left. Unable to get that one. The third quarter comes to a close. Knicks out in front, up by 7. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after the break. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Burks. So on the floor for New York, Isaiah Hartenstein is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovich. And it's Burks in at the 2-guard spot.
And putting some muscle behind his play, Bogdanovich goes right through contact.
Outside Sexton. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Bogdanovich. Back to Sexton. Just 5 to shoot. Tries it from the top of the key. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. It's stolen by Clarkson. And they're running. By himself. Oh,
yes, sir.
Wow. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Yeah, Clarkson with a really good job moving the puppies, getting the feet in the right position, and then clawing that ball away.
The Knicks with the lead. Outside Burks. And the shot goes in.
Well, that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Clarkson passes to Sexton. Back to Kessler. Pass to Sexton. 6 on the shot clock. Hard against Markkanen. He shoots a 3. And they'll get another chance. Here's Sensabaugh. And count it from 12 feet.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now here's Brunson. It's Brunson working inside.
As much as you like Jalen Brunson, he believes in himself more than you do. Confidence translated.
Clarkson against Burks. A step back shot. Deflected. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. Both teams deciding to change it up. On the wing, Sexton. DiVincenzo covering. 5 to shoot. Sexton passes to George. And he's going for the oop here. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And he really enjoys inside play. John Collins explosive there.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. For Utah, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Outside Sexton. Shoots over DiVincenzo. No good. A bit long that time.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Hard can't hit.
Perfect timing to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Now here's George. Collins outside. 5 on the clock. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Brunson. It's tipped.
And Markkanen showing all 7 foot of himself there.
Hart passes to Brunson. Outside Anunoby. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got 8 rebounds in the game. To the inside. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. McBride, he's checked in for New York.
His first personal, first team foul. At the line for the Jazz, Hendricks. 1 shot.
The Knicks shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. New York calls timeout.
And things are always changing throughout a game. Teams have to adjust on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Dante DiVincenzo.
He's been unguardable in this one, getting whatever he wants out there. He's just simply putting the offense on his back and delivering.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, over the last break I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
And Allie, thanks.
Not much else the D's going to do right now. Dante making a challenging Jay.
Anunoby against Markkanen. Oh, nice D from Anunoby. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Hartenstein. He's guarded by Markkanen. Hartenstein passes to Hart. Clock at 6. Back to Hartenstein. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. They'll pin that one on John Collins.
Man, good whistle there.
At the line for the Knicks, Isaiah Hartenstein. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And the Knicks making a change here. Brunson's checked in. And he's unable to get the second one. The Jazz have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Markkanen against Anunoby. Pass to Hendricks. Markkanen left side. And here's George. And he lobs it up top.
And maybe not the first guy you think about. Collins in the clutch.
1:07 left to play in the fourth quarter. George against Brunson. Here's Hartenstein. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. And the Knicks lead by 7.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Markkanen, the pass to Sexton. From outside the arc. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Here's Brunson. The rebound by Markkanen. And so it's Utah with it. 27 seconds left to play in the fourth. Blocked. Outside Anunoby. DiVincenzo against Sexton. And the layup is good off the glass. And now a 9-point Knick lead.
And some shiftiness from Dante that time with the ball.
To the wing on the left. Here's Hendricks. That three's off the mark. And so this one belongs to the Knicks. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Dante, you won state titles in high school, 2 national titles at Villanova, and now a growing role in the NBA. What has been the secret to your success?
It's my ability to adapt. Different teams, different dynamics of different teams, and just my ability to adapt to that team and fit.
Sky's the limit, guys.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everybody.
New York City, the destination for the Nuggets. There's a look at Nikola Jokic. He means business all the time and leads his team. They await tip-off against the Knicks. Nuggets, Knicks, and back in a moment for the tip-off. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Underneath in the post, it's Gordon and Jokic. The guard pair are Murray and Caldwell Pope. And it's Porter at the 3 slot. And for the Knicks, they've got Dante DiVincenzo. Josh Hart out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5 down low. Well, certainly some names on the floor, Greg, that we've seen in the NBA for many years. That in consideration, what kind of game can we expect with the grizzled group on the floor?
And Kevin, these types of games tend to be kind of methodical. Vets aren't afraid to give the ball up for a better look, and we should see a clean game here tonight.
Knicks lead 2-0.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Knicks ball.
Here's Brunson. They get the rebound. He goes up again. No good that time.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
New York ball.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. When you look at this Knicks roster, Greg, this is a team that feels it can make a deep playoff push.
And they have their stars. They have tons of young talent. Developing that talent and adding a piece or two should get them where they want to go.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Knicks ball.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Passes to Brunson. Beyond the arc. Drains the three-pointer.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo. An unselfish player, always looking to make the extra back.
7-0.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
New York ball.
Here's Brunson. Jokic grabs the miss.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Ball.
For New York, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's DiVincenzo. That one falls.
Outstanding focus from Dante DiVincenzo, not allowing a bump to throw him off his shot there. Good concentration.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. New York ball.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pass to Brunson. Three-pointer. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Hartenstein's got his second best.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
New York ball.
Pass to Brunson. And again, it's New York.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Hart finds Brunson. Puts up a deep three. Denver grabs the miss. And here's Jokic. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
New York ball.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. We know they like having Brunson out there, Greg, a player they can run the entire offense through.
No doubt. And he can be trusted on to take the keys and just run things. Effectively. He keeps mistakes to a minimum, and he's a solid creator for his teammates.
Now here's Murray. Inside. The shot's good from Brunson. Brunson's got 10.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
On the wing, Porter. He's guarded by Anunoby. Here's Jokic. And just miss after miss right now. The Knicks leading by 18. Porter with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Jokic. The second chance effort. And he sinks the layup.
Jokic is an absolute beast. He does it all at the offensive end. Scoring, passing, rebounding. He stuffs the stat sheet in a big way.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 10. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Murray with the defensive effort over Brunson. And he gets it to go from the high post.
Well, I tell you what, Jamal Murray's so good at rocking his defender to sleep as he's setting up that pull-up jumper.
Brunson, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 12 points for him.
They keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Nuggets trail by 16, and a deep three from Murray. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
For 3, Murray. Again, the miss by Murray. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Offensive rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Good.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his talented vertical to sky up for the board.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Let me hear you.
So New York ends up going with the new group. A different look for Denver. There's 1:26 left in the first. Burks looking around. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Now here's Jackson. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
Robinson on the wing. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
You know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Jackson misses.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Here's McBride, guarded by Jackson. Now Achua, Burks on the wing, tries again. It's rebounded by Najee.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. And so it's the New York Knicks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
And Clark, we see so much more dribble handoff action these days. It's part of almost every offense.
Yeah, you know, it gets a little redundant, but it's effective, Kevin. And you know, the league is a copycat league. If it's working, you continue to do it yourself. Teams realize how useful it can be creating the matchups they want. That's a big driver of it, and players are good at running it. And quite, you know, for fans, it tends to be pretty entertaining because you typically are playing through your best players.
They've got OG Anunoby. Robinson is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's McBride in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Goes back up. And Jokic will just torch you inside.
This is exactly how you should use Jokic in these situations. Feed that beast inside.
And Brown pulls it down. The Nuggets trail by 12. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Murray comes in for Reggie Jackson. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Greg, no secret, this Nuggets offense revolves around the two-time MVP, Nikola Jokic.
He's the driving force, no doubt. But, Kevin, they've done a good job surrounding him with the right kind of players. Guys that can defend, shoot, and play without the ball.
Sweet move by Porter Jr. getting around the contact and finding the hoop.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Gordon, the pass to Murray. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Brunson with it. Now guarded by Porter.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Lob pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They've scored 10 straight. Jokic kicks to Porter. Back to Jokic. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. And now just a 4-point Knicks lead.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
New York calls timeout. And with Jokic now a Finals MVP and an NBA champion, Greg, he's already an all-time great.
And could go down as one of the greatest players ever. He started to pile up the hardware and awards. Amazing what he could accomplish the next few years.
Now, here's Jokic. Jalen Brunson missing his last shot. Hits the three-point bomb.
You know, it just looks prettier from the corner, especially when Caldwell Pope lets it go.
Brunson, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement.
I used, like, the hardest letter that I did was M.
For sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Knicks are one of the most efficient offensive teams in the league, and that, of course, starts with getting the right looks. Coach Tom Thibodeau says we know what the value shots are. If you don't have one, how can you help create one? Whether that's attacking the rim, screen off the ball, do things that can help us create the shots that have high value. Kevin?
Yeah, a disciplined approach. David, thanks. First one falls for him. And Greg, finishing last season with the #1 seed in the Western Conference, a lot of people still slept on the Denver Nuggets.
And Kevin, they'd had great regular seasons before, only to fall short. But with a healthy Murray and Porter Jr., Jokic finally had the help to get it done.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Man, Clark, Contavious Caldwell-Pope is sure steady out there, isn't he?
He really is, Kevin. Rock solid. Not only in being available, but staying available. I mean, this guy has great durability, and KCP, you can count on him.
Here's Murray. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket. Murray. Jokic trying to free himself up. A beautiful reverse layup. Murray's got the lead up to 3 now for Denver.
Murray doing whatever it takes to find the shot. Dynamic play from Jamal.
And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for New York. Achua, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Bogdanovich comes in for OG Anunoby. And Alec Burks subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Kept alive. Here's Achua. And the layup falls. Achua's got his second bucket of the night.
Second chance points always hurt. There's not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
On deep, Brunson sinks the triple. Brunson's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
And man, can Brunson get going in a hurry? He's got his fingerprints all over this one.
Brunson against Murray. Down low, here's Watson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And here's Brunson outside. It's hauled in by Watson. Denver shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. And that one drops.
I think it's important that Caldwell Pope makes converting through contact.
Here's Brunson. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Here's Murray. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, and once he gets the switch turned on, Caldwell Pope is not going to be slowed down. He can heat up quickly.
Brunson, no good. Denver leading by 6. Caldwell Pope with it. No good that time. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Here's Hart. It's hauled in by Watson.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
To the middle with 4 seconds on the clock, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he